I never thought I'd find myself in this position, writing about the most painful experience of my life for strangers to read. But if sharing my story can help even one person avoid the mistakes I made, then it's worth it. My name is Lisa, and a few years ago, I had it all. A loving partner, a stable life, and what I thought were deep, meaningful friendships. But I threw it all away for a fleeting moment of weakness, and I've been paying the price ever since. It all started innocently enough at work. My relationship with Tom, my partner of 3 years, had grown comfortable, maybe too comfortable. We were living together, sharing a life that was predictable but safe. I started feeling restless, and that's when I met him, a colleague who seemed to give me the attention that Tom, in my mind, had stopped giving me. At first, it was just harmless flirting, but it quickly escalated into something more. I knew it was wrong, but I was drawn to the excitement, the newness of it all. Before I knew it, I had crossed a line I swore I never would. I betrayed Tom, the man who had been nothing but good to me, for a shallow, meaningless affair. It didn't last long, just a few weeks of sneaking around, lying, and convincing myself that it didn't really mean anything. But when Tom found out, he didn't even confront me. He just left. One day, he was there, and the next, he was gone, disappeared without a note, a word, or any explanation. The silence that followed was unbearable. I was left alone in the apartment we shared, surrounded by the memories of what we had, and haunted by the emptiness of what I had done. I fell into a deep depression, unable to eat, sleep, or even think straight. I couldn't tell anyone the truth about why Tom had left. The shame was too much to bear. How could I admit to my family, my friends, that I had destroyed my own relationship for something so meaningless? I tried to lean on my friends for support, but their responses only deepened my sense of isolation. When I finally opened up to them, they brushed it off, saying things like, "It's not that big of a deal," or "Tom will get over it." They didn't hold me accountable for my actions, didn't challenge me to face the consequences. Instead, they tried to make me feel better about what I had done, which only made me feel worse. It was then that I realized these weren't real friends. They were enablers, people who didn't really care about me enough to tell me the truth. As the years passed, I tried to move on. I went on dates, tried to build new relationships, but nothing ever felt right. Every man I met was compared to Tom, and none of them measured up. I found it impossible to fully let go of him, of what we had, and I began to realize that I had thrown away something truly special for nothing. The men I dated sensed that I was holding back, that I was still hung up on someone else, and those relationships never went anywhere. Looking back, I see how feminism played a significant role in the breakdown of my relationship with Tom. I bought into the idea that I didn't need to fully commit, that I could have my cake and eat it too. I convinced myself that seeking excitement outside of my relationship was just me asserting my independence, not recognizing the damage I was doing to someone who loved me. In the end, I see now that true empowerment comes from building and maintaining healthy, respectful relationships, not from selfishly pursuing short-term desires. Now, I understand why some men choose to stay away from relationships altogether. They've seen or experienced the pain of betrayal, the emptiness that comes from investing in someone who doesn't value or respect them. I've become painfully aware of the weight of trust and how easily it can be shattered by a moment of weakness or a lapse in judgment. If there's one thing I've learned, it's this: cherish the people who love you and don't take them for granted. If you're feeling unfulfilled or restless, talk to your partner. Don't make the same mistake I did, thinking that the grass is greener on the other side. Because once you cross that line, there's no going back, and the pain of losing someone who truly cares about you is a burden you'll carry for a long time. Thank you for reading my story. I hope it serves as a reminder to value the relationships that matter and to think twice before making decisions that could change your life forever.